And to be honest, the answer is no. At some point, I had to ask myself, do I really want to spend my nights grinding out lead code just to get a software engineer job? Like, do I want to spend my time grinding out the hard, medium, easy questions? Sometimes even the easy questions be a little tricky sometimes. Like, do I really want to do that? Like, when I sit down and think on my day-to-day activities, like, is that something I want to do? And, I kept asking myself that over and over again back in 2025. And to be honest, the answer is no. Now, before y'all attack me, you know what I'm saying, software engineering as a whole is a great, and I still love it. I still love it. I still love to code. I still love to create. And the reason why I love software engineering is because it allows me to be able to create. As a creative, coming from music background, I love starting with a blank canvas and having a tangible item or a piece of work or content, whatever, at the end, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like code, that's code right now. Like what I'm recording on, the overlay right there, that's all code. There's infinite possibilities out there when it comes to code. But am I the person that's designing algorithms? Am I the person that's like heavy syntax heavy and I learned this language and this language and this language and this language, and I'm like the Thanos of software, software programs or coding programs? I gotta be honest, I'm not. I gotta be so 100 with myself. I just turned 25 and I feel like my frontal lobe has developed and I'm kind of realizing things. I'm realizing the lies that I used to tell myself. Put it this way. I like building things. I like seeing things that actually work in the real world. You know what I'm saying? I don't like grinding the lead code. I'm gonna be honest. I know a lot of software engineers like it and they pride themselves in it and things like that. I don't like that, bro. I don't like it. I feel like I said, I'm a builder. I'm not somebody that runs away from a challenge either. You know what I'm saying? Because I can do the lead code. You know what I'm saying? I can do the lead code. But is that what I want to spend most of my time like trying to upgrade my career doing just to get my foot in the door? And then that I have to do freaking 5 more freaking interviews just to get a maybe, you know what I'm saying? And for me, the issue wasn't intelligence, you know what I'm saying? It was more so alignment. Like modern software engineer, the entry level feels like, 20% building, maybe. 80 to 90%, well, 80% interview prep, you know what I'm saying? You're literally missing out on the key things you're going to be using on the job and things like that because you're so worried about what lead code question they're going to ask me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to stay on that topic, and that moves me to my second point. I'm somebody who has a few goals for this year, you know what I'm saying? I definitely want to take some type of transition towards being safe in this tech world, in this tech job thing. Knock on wood, I haven't had any, problems up to this date, on my job and things like that. But it's also good to prepare. It's also good to evolve to other things as well. And so my thing, I needed something where I can use my software skills, right? And maybe pick up a different skill along with it, you know what I'm saying? And use that as a pivot. So it's really 3 things that I can really do. It's systems engineering. There is cloud engineering, cloud automation engineering. And there's like machine learning, data science, things like that. Now, I like data science. I'm not gonna lie. I do like data science. I do like machine learning. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm not gonna go toe to toe with a PhD in computer science. Like, you got it, bro. That's all you. And that's literally what they're asking for the machine learning stuff. That leads me to like cloud. And I say that because as somebody that's building SaaS right now, and that's, wants to make real world applications and kind of have that knowledge to know, okay, this amount of users comes in, my app will be able to handle it. I don't have to worry about, hardware, servers, things like that. Things that actually make the website you're watching this on happen. And that's cloud. Cloud offers that. You know what I'm saying? Companies don't run without it. I know y'all remember what happened. What was it? It was when I was in Dallas. So it had to be like 2 years ago now, 2024 maybe. Yeah, 2024. And it was Azure that went down. And there were flights that were halted for like days and stuff. Days. Whole businesses can't even do nothing. And that set a light bulb in my head. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, nothing moves without the infrastructure. Nothing. So that's in 2026. I'm definitely learning cloud. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Am I ditching software engineer as a whole? Hell no. Even if I get a cloud engineer job, I'm a software engineer that does cloud. Put it that way. Code has always been my thing. But I need a new challenge. And elite code, man. Like, why would I grind out elite code when I can grind out something on Claude or, vibe code, something that can potentially change my life? I don't even have to start interviewing. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm tripping or not. I really don't take what I'm saying as law. If y'all feel a different way, if y'all have in a similar boat, you went to software engineer, to cloud engineer, let me know, man. Because I definitely want to know. Am I the only one? I try to search it up on Reddit. Maybe like one or two things. They don't really go into depth for real. It's the other way around. It's a lot of cloud engineers want to go to software engineering, which is interesting. But I'm somebody who's always going to be doing something outside of work. You know what I'm saying? I don't need my job to fulfill my passion, to fulfill my passion or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be doing what I want to do outside of work. So I'm always going to be building, always going to just be trying to stay creative, I feel like God blessed me in that department. So I'm just trying to keep it up. Let's say you vibe coded, a hit app and you got 100,000 users all at once. How you gonna know how to handle that without your app crashing, without it slowing down? You don't want to ruin the user experience. You don't want to ruin it. So, and that, you know what I'm saying? And I've always been interested in cloud. I don't know, I have 2 cloud certifications right now, but I never dive deep into it. And that's another thing. Just because you have a certification don't mean, you're hireable. You actually gotta, go on Azure, go on AWS, and make a bucket, make an EC2 instance. All this stuff, policies, whatever, automation, Terraform, all this stuff I'm learning right now. I'm learning it right now. And one more thing. The trade over is not even out. I'm not gonna jinx it again. But the trade over, you being a software engineer and learning the cloud, ain't really too much for real. Basic networking, basic terminology you need to learn. And I don't know everything, but I've been studying for a week or two right now. January 6th. It's January 6th now, so I'm still my goal is to be good enough to start getting interviews by March. It's January now, so about 60 to 90 days to go ham at it and just be. I'm gonna have at least 2 or 3 projects because that's how I learn. I just don't learn off the course in a notebook. I actually have to be in AWS and creating this instance and be in Azure because Azure gives you a lot of free stuff, free credits to use. But moving forward, the more AI there is, the more this whole AI talk, the more data centers the more cloud engineers you're gonna need. It's just that simple. That's the infrastructure. A lot of people forget the infrastructure, making all this shit work. It's literally data centers in the cloud. Like, you would not be watching this YouTube video if it wasn't for the cloud. You wouldn't. It just, YouTube can't build enough data centers to host freaking 3 billion users every day. So I'm pretty sure, you know, YouTube uses the cloud. I don't know if they use Google or AWS. I hope they use Google because YouTube's owned by Google. But, you know, this is something that's been heavy on my mind lately, and I thought I'd just make this video so I can help some people out there. You know, Happy New Year, Happy 2026. Let this year be great. I know it's gonna be great for me. I hope it is for you. God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video.